So the title of this video was going to be "Sports Are Fraudulent," but that would result in no views and no clicks because everybody knows sports are fraudulent. There's currently a motherfucking FBI investigation. How did you make this up? Like, this is real life. It's not a narrative I'm spinning or being intellectually cunning or whatever. This is fucking real life. This is real life. There's a federal investigation going on into sports fraud, because players, coaches have been involved. The biggest coaches, just like Donald Trump is the biggest guy involved in Epstein, the biggest fucking names in sports: Kawhi Leonard, Steve Ballmer, who built the biggest stadium in Los Angeles, and the owner of the Clippers, fraud. And Kawhi Leonard, the two-time Finals MVP, fraud. Fucking sports gambling. Fucking circumventing the law, financial fraud, circumventing the salary cap, the very foundational democracy of sports being circumvented and taken advantage of illegally by the world's biggest owners, staff, players, superstars. So you already know sports are fraudulent. This video will address even beyond that why professional sports are in fucking fact satanic in America. In America, they're outright satanic. Just look at the way it's presented. So how is it presented? It takes event in an arena. So you sell the ticket prices, you bring in cheerleaders, you bring in concessions, and you play the game and you try and fucking architecture the arena and the environment and the jumbotron and the snacks and the washrooms and everything, so everybody has a fun time at the arena. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. That's how the rest of the world operates. That's how sports operated before capitalism. That's how sports are done in Spain, in France, in Serbia, in Africa, in Russia, in China, in Australia, in Asia. That's how sports are done. But in the West, first of all, tickets for the game will be in the thousands of dollars. To get a decent seat, tickets will be in the thousands of dollars. There's ultra mega traffic in the venues with the big sports teams. And then they know the secret. That revenue comes from these sport events. That's where 85% of revenue comes from. You can do the research. And only 15% of the money comes from TV sponsorships, commercials. So they do two things. One is they are gonna package so much advertisements, commercials, sponsors onto helmets, onto jerseys, onto commercial breaks, wherever the fuck they can. That's one part. So it's become obnoxious to the very molecule on your body is aggravated from commercialization. And the other part is they're gonna show you as little as possible. No replays even. Replays. In the olden days, every single event had a replay. They would never cut the break until they showed you the replay. There are no replays even anymore. There's no fucking replays. If two fucking events happen, if there was a save and then a goal and then a hit, there's going to be no replays. And then after the commercial break, there's going to be one replay for one of those events. So everything is a mystery to maximize the commercialization revenue because they only want the money. They don't give a fuck about you or the kids. The fucking kids laugh my ass off. Everything is made to maximize the commercial revenue. And then to get your butt to the arena. Now that wouldn't be a problem. That wouldn't be a problem if the tickets were reasonable. If the tickets were reasonable. I live in Toronto. I'm a sports junkie. I'm a sport head. I have never been to a Toronto Maple Leafs game. I've been only on gifted tickets. I went to a Toronto Raptors game on gifted tickets. Never attended the Raptors parade because there was a killing. Never attended the Raptors Jurassic Park. So when I go into LA on an Uber, and the Uber driver goes, "Oh, you're from Toronto. Toronto just won a championship, and we faced LA, San Francisco." And he goes, "Did you watch the games? Did you go to the games?" I go, "No, man. I'm not a millionaire." He goes, "Oh, but Jurassic Park. So we invented Jurassic Park. What is Jurassic Park?" Jurassic Park was invented in Toronto. When we were in the championships, we wanted people to watch. So we set up an outdoor streaming party where you could go and watch the game outside in the backyard of the arena. The backyard of the arena, we set up screens and smoke and music and DJs. So you could go into this was called Jurassic Park because we're the Toronto Raptors. So this was called Jurassic Park. So you could go to Jurassic Park and watch the game live outside the arena and be a part of it and cheer. And what was the problem with this yet again? 10 million people showed up, and there are probably tickets now to get into Jurassic Park. Laugh my fucking ass off. So, what do you think? What did you think was going to happen? Did you think they were going to set up a fucking tent with a backyard campground outdoor party? What the fuck did you think was going to happen? So my Uber driver in LA goes, "Did you go to Jurassic Park to watch the game?" I go, I didn't even do that. Championship run. 4 series in the playoffs. And we win. Never went to a single game, obviously. Never went to Jurassic Park once. Never went to the championship parade. Didn't go to the championship parade because I have no friends. Even though everybody I've ever met in my life, because I grew up in Toronto, I laughed my fucking ass off. Everybody I've ever met in Toronto still lives in Toronto. 90% of them, because Toronto's a big fucking city. You move into the city, you don't move out of the city. So 90% of the people I grew up with live in Toronto, which means, and they're sport heads. So it means I could have fucking gone to the Raptors parade with one of these guys. Did not happen because I don't have any friends. Didn't want to go midnight by myself out into the street and go to the Raptors parade party. And then, if you did go, there was a killing and a shooting and a stabbing. So, glad I didn't go for that. They're speaking on the mic. The mayor's speaking, and they're like, "Everybody, stay calm. We've been informed. There's an emergency. Please don't stampede. Stay calm." Thank you, Toronto. Laugh my fucking ass off. So, they want everybody to attend these sport venues, and they're going to make the tickets thousands of dollars. And then, let's talk about the network. So, if you don't want to go to the arena, because it's thousands of dollars, there's no transportation, it's a big fucking city, you'll get stabbed, you'll get shot, you'll get robbed, and you want to watch the game from home. So how does this work? is broadcast by a network. Now that network owns a monopoly over that sport. Because each sport game is broadcast once, only fucking once. Once in America on ESPN and once in Canada. Because Canada and USA play together. They play in the same games. A Canadian team faces an American team. So the game is broadcast, and if you're in Canada, you can't access the USA stuff. USA can't access the Canada stuff because it's different countries. So in Canada, the sport is broadcast exactly one network, which means they have a monopoly over that sport. They can do whatever they want. They can show you whatever they want to show you. They can talk about whatever they want to talk about. The only person keeping them in check is I don't even know if it's regulated. Maybe the fucking government, if they don't show a penis on TV, or the fan sentiment if they don't get pissed off. Other than that, the amount of commercials, the type of commercials, who they show on TV, which analyst, who is speaking, who they're interviewing, which highlights they're covering, anything they want to show you is monopolized because they have complete power. There is no other network. There is no other network. And this network is owned by Bell and Rogers. And what are these? It's exactly the same in the USA. No, actually ESPN is owned by Disney, so it's different in the USA. And that's why ESPN has 4.6 star reviews and the Toronto networks have 2-star reviews. So Bell and Rogers are telecommunications companies, giants. And they own the telecommunications, so your internet, your TV, your phone, radio, satellite, communication. So they own communication. So they own communication technology. And then they bought the mainstream news. So they bring their own cameras, their own equipment to film the news. But they own the news. So they own the staff, the employees, the anchors, the content, the whole structure of the news. So they bring their own communications networks and design what they're going to say on the news. What they're going to say on the news. So don't watch the news. Watch independent journalism, if that's even a thing anymore. I'm not big on the news. I never watch the news. I watch sports. So then, there is journalism in sports. So, who is the anchors? Who is designing what content is being covered? That's also owned by the same company. That's also owned by the same telecommunications company. So the communication technology engineers the technology to give us communication and content from the news, from the sports, and to top it off, it's a monopoly. You got Bell, you got Rogers. They split it up evenly. Half of this content goes here, half of this content goes there. They don't compete. The only place they compete in is the internet plan. Who's going to have a faster modem? Who's going to have a faster fucking penis? Who's going to have a faster cum shot? That's the only place they compete in. Other than that, they got monopolies over the news and the sports and the telecommunications. So because they have these monopolies, they set the prices. Not just the fucking price. Not the price. They set the content. They set the commercialization. They set the sponsorships. They are, the allegory of a cave? The allegory of a cave? all the prisoners have never left the cave and they only see a reflection of sunlight, so they believe the reflection is the real sun. And then they go out into the world and I see that there's actually a real sun, and they can't believe their eyes. So everything we are fed through sports and mainstream news is the allegory of a cave. Is the telecommunications company designing who they're going to put on the TV and what they're going to say on the TV. And we're talking about sports. We're talking about sports. So then you got the anchors. You got the anchors on the players and the teams. You got the anchors, the players, and the teams. So the players, even though there are people who gamble and sexually harass and drive 3,000 miles per hour and kill families and only do probation for that, and get drunk and do drugs, even though athletes do that because they're millionaires, the poor athletes are honest, hardworking, trying to get better at the sport. So the athletes, believe it or not, are the most honest of the bunch. The owners are corrupt and racist. I'm not just telling you this. You can do a follow along. It's permanent. All year long, there's going to be owners, racism, protests, strikes. Not strikes, but players protesting, players striking. For racist owners, corruption, bribery, cheating, sports betting from the owners and the coaches and the players. Now, why does this happen? Because of money. Because of fucking money. Because of money. It's all a pyramid of who gets the money. Now, on an NFL roster, there are like 70 to 100 players, 50 to 100 players. There are 50 to 100 players on an NFL roster. 40 of these players, 80% of these players, are making less than $1 million. Are making like 200,000K, 200K, 300K. Like as much as a mid-level engineer or maybe a lawyer or a small doctor. They're making that kind of money. So they're not in a position of power to leverage their actions, their contracts, or illegalness. So they are honest, trying to help the team and trying to win. The other players, so the rest of the money goes to the quarterback. The quarterback will make hundreds of millions of dollars. Another wide receiver or running back will make hundreds of millions of dollars. And the other 90% of the players will make less than $1 million. And so you have a power dynamic. The entire fucking team is supposed to defend the quarterback. Why will they do it though? Because the quarterback, even though he's getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars, the quarterback is making even more than that much money for the people on top, for the people above him, for the owners, for the franchise, for the ticket sales, for the brands and the sponsorships and the market deals. So the quarterback is bringing in money from tickets, and he may win a championship. So the owners and the franchise and the general managers are going to do everything they can to protect that quarterback and make sure the rest of the team obeys that quarterback. And they're going to give the quarterback all the money. Everybody else can break bones, puncture lungs, tear ACLs. They don't give a fuck. They're expendable. Quarterback is the moneymaker. So that's how the player structure works and the salary structure works. And that's why you have Steve Ballmer taking his star player, Kawhi Leonard, circumventing the laws to give him more money. Not more money, more sponsored deals, more whatever, circumventing the rules of the game to give his star player more money, because that star player will give him trophies and will give him infinitely more money, infinitely more money. So that's where the corruption comes into place, because professional sports is all about money. Is all about money. Now, what about the rest of the supporting cast of the network? You have the analysts, and you got the background staff, the camera crew, the equipment crew, that cleans up the arena, sets up the arena, concession people. Now, the concession money, I mean, this is where the title of the video comes in. Sports are satanic. What is satanic? Anything that goes against God. What goes against God? Immorality. Immorality and unethical. Anything that's unethical goes against God. So sports are unethical and satanic. And the people selling the popcorn, selling the soda, cleaning the washrooms. I did security at sports. Are paid minimum wage. And the revenue from the tickets, from the concessions, goes to the franchise. 100%, 24/7, since the beginning of time. Since the medieval ages, when sports existed. Since the medieval ages. So, the camera crew... Not the camera crew. We're not there yet. The concession stand, the security, the janitors, the ushers... They're getting paid minimum wage, and all the work they do is going to the franchise and the owners and the network. Now, the actual network, it is like watching fat fuck kings. They literally bring them feasts. You have analysts. Now, what is the analyst? They talk in intermissions and in breaks and in between games. So their job is to talk about the game. They think, or at least they say. They might think if they're stupid, but at least they say. They might even believe it. They probably don't believe it because it's stupid. They are educational, informative, but really all they're doing is collecting a big fat check. Because Stephen A. Smith is paid $50 million. To argue and provide his analysis on sports. Now, it's even worse for people that don't do daytime TV. Because Stephen A. does daytime TV, which means he has to be on air for 2 hours. But the people at the game, the network doesn't want to show them. They want to show the advertisements. So the people at the game, Pat McAfee, NBA Today, NFL Live, the people at the game are going to talk for 3 or 4 minutes, and then they're going to show 5, 6, 7 minutes of commercials. And the analysts are going to wear $1 million suits, they literally bring them eat feasts. Now, does the cameraman, does the audio manager, does the audio engineer, does the technical worker get to eat from that feast that these millionaire analysts get to eat from? So these analysts providing information and analysis are just rich fat fucks collecting tens of millions of dollars, eating feasts on TV, which would be fine. It's America, it's Hollywood, fine. But the camera crew, the technical engineers, the audio managers, the production studio, the assistants, they're not eating from that buffet. They're not collecting a portion of that 50 million salary times 4 for the 4 analysts. They're not getting any of that. They're not getting any of that. So you see big fat black man with the $1 million suit and a chain piece, and all the white people and Asian people working behind the scenes are poor and trying to feed their families, So that's why sports is satanic. That's what's for, because it's all about money. It's all about money and greed. Money and greed. And then on every occasion you have an athlete that just gets drunk and drunk drives and kills someone and sexually harasses 15-year-old girls and overdoses on drugs and bets, and the FBI investigates, and then they go home free, whatever. So that's why professional sports is satanic. Now, why does that piss me off? You might just block it all out and try and focus on the game. Try and focus on your team, your favorite players. Just focus on the game. But it's not. It's impossible. It's impossible. You can't go to a game unless you're a millionaire. You can't find a ticket. You can't afford a ticket. You can't watch the game. This is the game. This is the game right now.
Stream Paramount Plus for $7.99 a month. Envelope. Boxing Week continues at the Brick. Get up to 50% off select mattresses. This CD Crown Jewel Queen mattress.
I mean, when you're watching this for 40% of the time, say a sports game lasts 2, 3, 4 hours. NFL game lasts 4 hours. Hockey game lasts 2.5 hours. Basketball game lasts 3 hours. You watch for 3 hours, and 40% of that time, that's over an hour. If you want to watch the sport, you need to watch advertisements for over an hour. Over an hour. And advertisements are not fucking taking it lightly. They're not taking it easy. The volume is on maximum. So the sport game, you put the volume for the sport game, and the advertisement, maximum legal limitations for maximum loudness is what the advertisement does. And then it's flashing. Bullshit. And every single day, other than soccer, the most beautiful game, because they can't stick a fucking commercial break in soccer. You are watching 1 hour and 20 minutes. 80 minutes of either fat American fucks eating feasts for tens of millions of dollars, or obnoxious commercials for 80 minutes. And this in a world where for $15, you can watch any movie, listen to any song, stream any artist or vlogger or personal real life streamer, or watch any single YouTube video as long as you want, 24 hours if you want, for $15. I repeat, $15, and you can get rid of advertisements. Not $100, not $50, $15. 15 fucking bucks, and you can watch ad free. Sports is thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. Because you gotta watch basketball, you gotta watch wrestling, you gotta watch tennis, you gotta watch football, hockey, European soccer, boxing, MMA, UFC, Formula One, NASCAR, and they're all everywhere else. But they're all monopolies. And you gotta fork over thousands of dollars to then watch hours and hours and hours of commercials for your thousands of dollars. For your thousands of dollars. How do you support sports? How do you support sports? I made a fucking proposal. I said, first of all, what if we combine all the blackouts and all the separations into one package so there's no more split monopolies? And you simply pay per game. Pay per game. Isn't that the most, democracy that we should have? Isn't that democracy that the people should have? Pay per game. Pay for what you want to see. I don't give a fuck about your tennis, basketball, soccer highlights into one package, into your best moments of the year. I don't give a fuck about that. I want to watch Djokovic. I want to watch TFC. I want to watch Team Canada soccer. I want to watch the Raptors. I want to watch Real Madrid. I want to watch big boxing fights that I choose. So why don't I just log on, pay $5, and watch my game start to finish? No commercials, because I paid for that game. And you can level it out so the amount of money you get from this fair system matches the money you're currently getting, even if it's fucking astronomical. Just make it this way so it's fair. Money will be the same, but it will be fair. We will never get there. As a society, we will never get there. We'll never get there. I mean, I've been recording this video with the Toronto Raptors. I live in Toronto. It's Toronto Raptors. You think they would be nice because it's Toronto showing the Toronto Raptors. So I'm in Toronto watching the Toronto Raptors. How many times during this video have you heard the actual game? And how many times of this video have you heard commercials? And that's what I deal with every game. Talk shows, games, highlights, no matter what it is, it's 40% commercials. 40% commercials. What are you going to do? Illegally stream it? How? You got to literally... There's nobody fucking... There's no Muslim guy sneaking in a camera and broadcasting the game from his digital iPhone. There's nobody fucking bringing an iPhone and recording the game on an iPhone and live streaming it to an illegal website. The only way you can illegally stream the game is to hack into the broadcast. And it's the same thing as paying for the broadcast. Might as well fucking pay for it. You're gonna see all the commercials, all the bullshit that's regularly there. So the only thing we can try to do is to channel switch. This is difficult because once again it's on 2 separate networks for the same fucking sports. But you channel switch 3, 4 channels, and I shit you not, all 3, all 4 will be in commercials. All 3, all 4 channels will be in commercials, and you don't know which one is going to end first. We need a new
movie idea. Okay. Our main man, Vinny, pops in for his favorite sandwich. But it's a setup.
Hold on a second. If you think about it, the plot doesn't really make sense, you know? He could have just skipped it.
Life is watching those small moments turn into big plays. Protect what matters most. Get a game plan for your life with Sun Life.
So that family and black basketball players are all going to Sun Life. That's what I learned, okay?
Homegrown?
It's not for me because Sun Life Financial is only for those black people that were on the commercial.
Friends. Family. Who breathe life into the communities we live in and nurture the backyards we play in.
This toilet paper breathes life into the communities we nurture. So they are growing forests, not cutting them down.
We're a fabric of Canada.
So this toilet paper company is in fact growing forests instead of cutting them down. So if I want to grow forests, I should buy toilet paper. So I learned that from that commercial.
They're still out there.
The Hunting Party. New season, January 8th.
This is clearly a show I want to watch. The Hunting Party.
Seen everything on this job.
She's hot.
Forces work this case together.
This case is too important to just leave to chance.
Take cover! Get back!
The Law and Order crossover event, January 8th on City TV. Thursday.
Law and Order is definitely what I want to be watching. I just spent 40 minutes talking about law in sports, but I want to watch Law and Order because that's going to make me feel good. I'm watching advertisements about basketball instead of being in the arena or being shown the arena on TV. And that is also a big component. You're watching advertisements about what you're fucking watching. That never made sense to me. If it's hockey, you're watching advertisements about the hockey. Sometimes it's even advertisements about the game you're watching. It'll be a Christmas game, and they'll be advertising like, tune into the Christmas game on their channel. Like,
playing a part to help this again, Scotty getting off the snide a bit, getting out of that slump.
am I crazy? I don't think I'm crazy.
And CMB because they are doing outside.
I'm an engineer. Everything, not even an engineer, just logical. Everything I said was logical. Everything I said made sense. So, fuck sports. Fuck professional sports. If you're playing soccer, if you're playing basketball, if you're playing a sport, if you're going to the gym, if you're athletic, if you're working out, good on you. Have fun. Have the time of your life. Because professional sports is a money churning, satanic thing. All about money. It wouldn't be this way if it wasn't about money. It wouldn't even be this way if it was just purely about greed. You can have it about money and do the pay-per-game structure that I hypothesized. Pay-per-game. Even if you just weren't greedy fucks. So, watch your favorite team. Stay classy.